Off the coast of Nagasaki in the East China Sea lies Hashima Island. Its silhouette resembles a warship, earning it the nickname Gunkanjima, Battleship Island. Up close though, it's better known as Ghost Island. Empty buildings and silent streets hint at a place once alive, now surrendered to the wind and sea. Covering just over 16 acres, Hashima was once a bustling city. Its journey from barren rock to industrial powerhouse, then to abandoned ruin, is a stark reminder of how quickly fortunes change. For years, Hashima symbolized Japan's rapid modernization, powered by rich coal seams beneath the seabed. Thousands called it home, building a unique community within concrete walls. But when the coal ran out, the people left, and the city fell silent. Now Hashima stands as a monument to a bygone era, its stories echoing in empty corridors. The island's eerie beauty and complex history draw us in. It asks tough questions about progress, memory, and the cost of industrial growth. Exploring its ruins, we see more than decay. We see the remnants of lives, dreams, and struggles. Battleship Island is a journey into a world once at the cutting edge of industry. Today it stands as a silent witness to the relentless passage of time. Its legacy is both haunting and unforgettable. Welcome to Hashima Island. Hashima's geography defined its destiny. Exposed to the Pacific's fury, the island was battered by typhoons and waves. To survive, a massive seawall was built, encircling the island like armor. Inside, a concrete jungle rose. No parks, just tightly packed buildings. High-rise apartments, among Japan's first, towered over narrow alleys. Staircases and walkways connected everything, shielding residents from the elements. Life was vertical. People moved up and down, not out. The salt spray corroded metal and weathered concrete, while typhoons cut the island off from the mainland. Residents adapted, forging a unique way of life shaped by isolation and the ever-present sea. The dense city fostered a strong sense of togetherness. Neighbors were close. Children played on rooftops and in corridors. Everyone faced the same challenges, relying on each other for support. The island's geography wasn't just a backdrop. It was the foundation of its society. Hashima became a fortress, both physically and socially. Its walls protected, but also confined. The community that grew here was resilient, shaped by the raw power of nature. Life on Hashima was a daily battle against the sea, and in that struggle, a remarkable society was born. Hashima's transformation began with coal. In the 1800s, coal was discovered, but it was the Meiji Restoration that changed everything. As Japan raced to industrialize, Hashima's coal became vital. In 1890, Mitsubishi bought the island, investing heavily and expanding its size. Deep mine shafts were sunk beneath the sea, turning Hashima into a machine extracting black gold. The island buzzed with activity. Machinery roared day and night. Shafts reached over 600 meters below sea level, a feat of engineering. The high-quality coal fueled Japan's steel mills and shipyards. Hashima became a symbol of progress and ambition. Workers flocked from across Japan, swelling the population. Mitsubishi built apartments, schools, a hospital, everything needed for a self-sufficient city. The island was more than a mine. It was a coal-powered kingdom. Thousands built their lives around the deep tunnels below. Prosperity and peril went hand in hand. Hashima's rise was dramatic, its impact immense. It was a beacon of Japan's industrial revolution, but beneath the surface, danger always lurked. At its peak in the late 1950s, over 5,000 people lived on Hashima, making it one of the world's most densely populated places. Families squeezed into small apartments. Space was a rare luxury. Yet, a vibrant, close-knit community thrived. Life revolved around the mine. Men worked underground, women managed homes, children attended the island's school. With no green spaces, rooftops became playgrounds with ocean views. The island was self-sufficient. Hospital, post office, cinema, shops, even a pachinko parlor. But daily life was tough. Mining was dangerous, hot, cramped tunnels, frequent accidents. Above ground, typhoons threatened the community. These hardships forged solidarity. Festivals and events brought color to the grey landscape. Mitsubishi provided jobs, housing, healthcare, and education, creating a paternalistic system. The company was at the center of everyone's life, offering security but also control. For residents, Hashima was their entire world, work, home, and family all in one place. It was a marvel of planning and social organization. Life was both opportunity and confinement. The city on the water was a unique, unforgettable home, but beneath the surface, challenges simmered. The community spirit was strong, but so were the pressures. Hashima was a world apart, thriving, yet always on the edge. Hashima's history has a dark side, one of forced labor during World War II. As Japan faced labor shortages, thousands of Koreans and Chinese prisoners were brought to work in the mines. Conditions were brutal, dangerous work, extreme heat, little food or rest. Forced laborers lived in squalor, separated from Japanese families. Many suffered from malnutrition, disease, and frequent accidents. Escape was impossible. Surrounded by ocean, hundreds died, often unrecorded, their suffering largely ignored for decades. This chapter left a deep scar overshadowed by narratives of progress. When Japan sought UNESCO recognition for Hashima, South Korea and China demanded the full story be told. For many, Hashima is not just industrial heritage, it's a site of historical injustice. The island's legacy is inseparable from the suffering endured here. Remembering this past is essential to understanding Hashima's true story. Its ghosts are not just in the ruins but in the memories of those who suffered. In 2015, Hashima became a UNESCO World Heritage Site, celebrated for its role in Japan's Industrial Revolution. For many, it was a moment of national pride. But the listing was controversial. South Korea and others insisted the history of forced labor be acknowledged. Japan promised to establish an information center telling the full story, including the suffering of Korean and Chinese laborers. The compromise allowed the UNESCO listing, but controversy continued. Critics argue the information center downplays the harsh realities, presenting a one-sided narrative. Testimonies from some residents deny the severity of conditions, fueling accusations of whitewashing. The debate highlights the challenge of dealing with difficult heritage. Hashima means different things to different people. Pride for some, trauma for others. The UNESCO listing brought these conflicts into sharp focus. Who gets to tell the story? What does it mean to preserve history responsibly? The battle over Hashima's past is about more than buildings. It's about memory and truth. The struggle for historical justice continues. When the mine closed in 1974, Hashima was abandoned almost overnight. Residents left behind a fully furnished city, televisions, toys, and memories, frozen in time. For decades, the island was left to the elements. Concrete crumbled, nature crept in. Hashima became a true ghost island, off-limits and dangerously unstable. Yet its haunting beauty drew urban explorers and photographers, spreading its legend worldwide. In 2009, part of the island reopened to tourists with guided tours and safe pathways. Visitors glimpsed the island's incredible past, but most areas remain too dangerous to enter. Preservation is a challenge. Harsh marine conditions accelerate decay. Debate rages, restore the buildings or let nature reclaim them. Current efforts focus on reinforcing iconic structures for safety. The goal is to balance preservation with the island's story of decay. Hashima stands as a monument to ambition and the unstoppable force of time. Its ruins are a window into a vanished world. The island's future remains uncertain, but its story continues to captivate. Hashima's haunting atmosphere has inspired filmmakers, artists, and game designers worldwide. Its decaying concrete city, isolated at sea, is a ready-made setting for stories of mystery and survival. The 2012 James Bond film Skyfall featured a villain's lair inspired by Hashima, bringing global attention to the island. Documentaries, TV shows, and video games have all drawn on its eerie allure. These portrayals amplify Hashima's ghost island persona, sometimes overshadowing its real history. Popular culture has ensured Hashima won't be forgotten, but risks turning it into just a spooky backdrop. The challenge is to remember the real people who lived and died here. Hashima is more than a movie set. It's a place with a painful, complex past. Today, Hashima stands as a symbol of both industrial achievement and unresolved trauma. Its concrete towers and deep mine shafts testify to human ingenuity and ambition, but the same walls that sheltered families also imprisoned forced laborers. The coal that powered Japan's growth came at a terrible human cost. Hashima's legacy is divided, light and darkness, progress and pain. The ongoing UNESCO debates show that history is never truly settled. Places like Hashima challenge us to confront uncomfortable truths. They force us to ask, what do we remember, and what do we choose to forget? The controversy is about more than an island. It's about memory and justice. Hashima is both battleship and ghost, triumph and tragedy. Its story is complex, built on foundations that are difficult and painful. By preserving and telling the whole story, we learn not just about the past, but about ourselves. Hashima's lessons endure, about resilience, ambition, and the cost of forgetting.